There was a soldier, Captain Aaron, who had served his country with unwavering loyalty. He had been on countless missions, faced enemy lines, and survived battles that many would never forget. He wore his medals with pride, not for the recognition, but as reminders of the lives he had saved, the comrades he had lost, and the sacrifices he had made. Now, in his retirement, he looked back at his journey with a mixture of pride and humility. Captain Aaron's life had been shaped by moments of courage and dedication. He recalled one cold night in the mountains, where his team had been tasked with rescuing hostages. The journey was treacherous, the air thin and icy. They trudged on through the biting wind, trusting in each other and moving without a sound. It was one of the hardest missions of his career, but when he saw the faces of the rescued hostages, tired, but alive, he felt a surge of purpose, as if his very soul was grateful to have been part of something so profoundly good. In the years that followed, Captain Aaron's bravery earned him more recognition. News outlets occasionally covered his heroic deeds, and he was invited to ceremonies where he stood before crowds, often feeling uncomfortable with the applause. He appreciated the gratitude, yet he knew that no amount of clapping could capture the quiet, haunting moments that stayed with him. The sounds of a battlefield at dawn, the relief in a soldier's eyes when help arrived, the weight of responsibility when he made a call that would change lives. One evening, while out on a walk, Captain Aaron met a young man at a small cafe. The man was shy but recognized him immediately. "You're Captain Aaron, aren't you?" he asked, eyes wide with admiration. Aaron nodded, and they got to talking. The young man confessed that he'd always dreamed of being a soldier, inspired by stories of bravery and patriotism. As they talked, Captain Aaron realized something. This young man, like so many others, saw his service only as a tale of courage and honor. But Captain Aaron knew that bravery wasn't always as glamorous as it seemed. He wanted to share something real with the young man, something beyond the glory. "Let me tell you a story," Aaron said quietly. He told him about a mission that hadn't gone as planned. His team had been ambushed, and one of his closest friends hadn't made it out. They had trained together, fought together, and leaned on each other through thick and thin. Losing him had changed Aaron. That day, he realized that heroism often came with a cost, one that others rarely saw. The young man listened intently, his eyes widening as he heard the real weight of service, the sacrifices that went unseen. It wasn't just about medals and ceremonies, it was about bearing the loss, learning to move forward, and honoring those who couldn't. For Captain Aaron, courage meant facing those memories every day, finding a way to keep going, and serving his country despite the heartache. As they finished their conversation, the young man seemed thoughtful, a little humbled. "Thank you, sir," he said. "I never realized." His voice trailed off, but Aaron could see the understanding in his eyes. That evening, Captain Aaron walked home, feeling a quiet sense of fulfillment. He had shown someone the true essence of courage, not the one shown in headlines or medals, but the courage to carry both triumph and loss with grace. He had given the young man a glimpse into the side of heroism that no one clapped for. Sometimes, he thought, it's not the applause that defines a hero, but the strength to walk forward, even when the crowd is gone. And perhaps, just perhaps, that was the bravest thing of all.